It's 3 a.m. The world is asleep. The streets are empty. The city is silent. And somewhere, right now, someone is working while you're dreaming. Someone is training while you're resting. Someone is building their empire while you're counting sheep. And you know what? That person? That could be you. But it's not. Not yet. Let me tell you something about 3 a.m. that nobody wants to hear. It's the hour of truth. It's the moment when all your excuses disappear. There's no traffic to blame, no meetings to attend, no distractions to hide behind. It's just you, your goals, and the space between who you are and who you want to become. And that space, that gap, it's filled with one thing and one thing only: work. Pure, unfiltered, unglamorous work. You see, everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants the mansion, the cars, the freedom, the respect. They want the highlight reel. They want the standing ovation. They want the moment when everyone says, "Wow, look at what they've accomplished." But nobody wants the 3 a.m. grind. Nobody wants the lonely nights. Nobody wants the moments when your body is screaming at you to stop, when your mind is telling you it's impossible, when your friends are asking why you're so obsessed. Nobody wants that part. But here's the truth they don't tell you in those feel-good motivational posts. That's the only part that matters. Champions aren't born in front of cameras. They're not created on stages. They're not made during award ceremonies. Champions are forged at 3 a.m. when no one's watching, when there's no likes to chase, no comments to read, no validation to receive. Just pure, raw dedication to a dream that most people will never understand. And you know what makes it even harder? Nobody's going to thank you for it. Not in the beginning. Not for years maybe. Your family might think you're crazy. Your friends might drift away. People might look at you and wonder why you can't just be normal, why you can't just be satisfied with average. And you're going to have to be okay with that. Because success is a lonely journey. Let me repeat that because it's important. Success is a lonely journey. The higher you climb, the thinner the air gets. The more you achieve, the fewer people can relate to your struggles. You're going to face battles that you can't share on social media. You're going to have breakdowns that nobody sees. You're going to question everything about yourself at 2:47 in the morning, wondering if you're insane for even trying. And then 3 a.m. hits, and you make a choice. You either go back to sleep and join the masses, or you get up and separate yourself from everyone who settled for comfortable. Right now, at this very moment, someone somewhere is making that choice. They're choosing pain over pleasure. They're choosing discipline over distraction. They're choosing the uncertain path of greatness over the guaranteed path of mediocrity. And 5 years from now, you're going to see them on your screen, and you're going to think they got lucky. You're going to think they had connections. You're going to think they had advantages you didn't have. But you'd be wrong. The only advantage they had was that they worked when you slept. They practiced when you partied. They learned when you were entertained. They sacrificed when you were comfortable. Let me break something down for you. There are 168 hours in a week. Most people sleep 56 of those hours. Work takes another 40. That leaves 72 hours. 72 hours of discretionary time. And what do most people do with those 72 hours? They scroll, they binge watch, they complain, they wait for opportunities to fall from the sky. They pray for luck. They hope for change. But hope is not a strategy. Prayer without work is just wishing. And luck? Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. But you can't prepare if you're sleeping. You can't be ready if you're comfortable. You want to know the real secret to success? It's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not something you can put on a t-shirt. The secret is this: do what others won't do consistently so you can live how others can't live eventually. That's it. That's the formula. There's no hack around it, no shortcut through it, no magic pill to swallow. It's just hard work applied consistently over an extended period of time when nobody's cheering for you. It's showing up at 3 a.m. when you could be sleeping. It's studying when you could be partying. It's investing in yourself when you could be buying things to impress people who don't even care about you. And here's what's going to happen. 6 months from now, when you've been grinding at 3 a.m. while everyone else was sleeping, people are going to notice. They're going to see the change. They're going to see your progress. And you know what they're going to say? "You're so lucky. I wish I had your discipline. I wish I had your opportunities." And you're going to smile because you'll know something they don't. It wasn't luck. It was 3 a.m. It was the moments when giving up was easier than pushing forward. It was the times when sleep was more tempting than success. It was the choice you made 1,000 times over when nobody was watching. Your future self is watching you right now. Think about that. The person you're going to be 5 years from now is looking back at this moment, at this decision, at this choice you're about to make. And they're either thanking you or resenting you. They're either grateful that you pushed through or disappointed that you gave up. Which one is it going to be? Are you going to be the one who made excuses or the one who made progress? Are you going to be the one who had potential or the one who fulfilled it? Because potential means nothing. Potential is the saddest word in the dictionary. They had so much potential. They could have been great if only they had worked harder. Don't be a story of wasted potential. Don't be the person who looks back at their life with regret, wondering what could have been if only they had tried harder, worked longer, believed bigger. The world is full of talented people who never made it. Graveyards are full of unfulfilled dreams. Don't add yours to the pile. At 3 a.m., when the world is quiet, you can hear your dreams calling you. They're not loud, they're not demanding, they're just there, whispering, "Please don't give up on me. Please don't let me die inside of you. Please give me a chance to become real." And every time you choose sleep over action, every time you choose comfort over growth, every time you choose what's easy over what's right, those dreams get quieter, until one day you can't hear them anymore. And that's the saddest thing of all. Not that you failed, but that you never really tried. So tonight, when 3 a.m. comes, and it will come, you're going to have a decision to make. You can roll over, pull the covers up, and dream about success. Or you can get up, face the darkness, and build it. One is easy, one is hard. One is common, one is rare. One leads to regret, one leads to greatness. The choice has always been yours. It will always be yours. Nobody can make it for you. Your parents can't, your spouse can't, your friends can't. This is your life, your dream, your responsibility. So, what's it going to be? You want to know what separates the winners from the losers? It's not intelligence, it's not connections, it's not even luck. It's the ability to do what needs to be done when you don't feel like doing it. It's the discipline to work when you're tired, to train when you're sore, to learn when you're confused, to push when you want to quit. That's the difference. That's the separator. That's what creates legends out of ordinary people. Look at anyone you admire, anyone who's achieved something remarkable. I guarantee you they have a 3 a.m. story. They have moments in their life when they worked while the world slept, when they sacrificed pleasure for purpose, when they delayed gratification because they could see something bigger on the horizon. Michael Jordan practiced when his teammates partied. Kobe Bryant was in the gym at 4 a.m. Every successful entrepreneur you know has stories of sleepless nights building their business. Every champion athlete has tales of training sessions that started before sunrise. This isn't coincidence. This is the price of greatness. And you know what's beautiful about it? Nobody can take that from you. When you put in the work at 3 a.m., that's yours. That effort, that dedication, that commitment. Nobody can steal it. Nobody can diminish it. Nobody can say you didn't earn it. You can lose money. You can lose opportunities. You can lose relationships. But you can never lose the work you put in. It becomes part of who you are. It becomes your foundation. And that foundation is unshakable. But let me warn you about something. The 3 a.m. journey isn't pretty. It's not Instagram worthy. There's no filter that makes exhaustion look good. There's no caption that captures the feeling of doubt creeping in at 2 in the morning. There's no hashtag for the tears you'll cry when you feel like you're not making progress. This journey will test you in ways you never imagined. It will push you to limits you didn't know you had. It will make you question everything you thought you knew about yourself. And that's exactly why most people quit. They start strong, they're motivated, they're excited, they tell everyone about their goals, they post about their journey on day 1. But then, day 7 comes, day 14, day 30, and nobody's watching anymore. Nobody cares. The likes dry up, the comments stop, and they realize that success is a lot less sexy than they thought. It's a lot more boring, a lot more repetitive, a lot more lonely. And that's when they quit. That's when they convince themselves that maybe this wasn't meant for them. Maybe they're not cut out for it. Maybe they should just stick to what's comfortable. But you're not most people. You're reading this right now, which means something inside you refuses to settle. Something inside you knows you're capable of more. Something inside you is screaming that there's a bigger life waiting for you if you're just willing to work for it. And that voice, that's your potential trying to break free. Don't silence it. Don't ignore it. Don't let it die because of fear or doubt or the opinions of people who gave up on their own dreams. Here's what I need you to understand. Every single person who ever accomplished anything significant faced the same doubts you're facing. They had the same fears, the same insecurities, the same voice telling them they're not good enough. But you know what they did differently? They worked anyway. They trained anyway. They built anyway. They didn't wait for confidence to show up. They didn't wait for motivation to knock on their door. They created momentum through action. And momentum builds confidence. Success builds belief. Results silence the doubts. At 3 a.m., when you're working and everyone else is sleeping, something magical happens. You start to realize that you're different. You start to see yourself as someone who does hard things, someone who keeps promises to themselves, someone who doesn't need external validation to keep going. And that realization, that identity shift, that's when everything changes. Because once you see yourself as a person of action, a person of discipline, a person of commitment, you start making decisions that align with that identity. You start showing up differently. You start demanding more from yourself. You start refusing to settle for anything less than your absolute best. And let me tell you what happens next. People notice. Not right away, maybe not for months, but they notice. They see the change in your energy. They see the focus in your eyes. They see the results of your labor. And they'll have two reactions. Some will be inspired. They'll ask you how you did it. They'll want to know your secrets. And you'll tell them there is no secret. Just work, just sacrifice, just consistency. And they'll be disappointed because they wanted a shortcut. They wanted the easy way. But there is no easy way to anything worth having. The other reaction you'll get, jealousy, hatred, doubt. People will try to tear you down. They'll say you're lucky, they'll say you changed, they'll say you think you're better than everyone else. And you know what? Let them talk. Because while they're talking, you're working. While they're hating, you're building. While they're doubting, you're proving them wrong with every single action you take. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their doubts don't define your destiny. Their fears don't limit your potential. You are in control of one thing and one thing only, your effort. You can't control the outcome. You can't control what other people do. You can't control the economy or the market or whether people recognize your value. But you can control whether you show up at 3 a.m. You can control whether you do the work nobody sees. You can control whether you stay committed when everyone else quits. And if you control those things, if you master those things, the results will take care of themselves. 5 years. That's all I'm asking you to give. 5 years of consistent, dedicated, focused effort. 5 years of 3 a.m. sessions. 5 years of doing what others won't do. And I promise you, your life will be unrecognizable. You'll look back and wonder how you ever settled for less. You'll wonder why you waited so long to bet on yourself. You'll wonder why you ever listened to the doubters and the haters and the people who gave up on their own dreams. But here's the thing, those 5 years are going to pass whether you work or not. 5 years from now, you'll be somewhere. You'll be someone. The only question is, who will you be? Will you be the person who tried and failed and tried again? Or will you be the person who never tried at all? Will you be further along in your journey? Or will you be in the exact same place wishing you had started today? The clock is ticking right now. Every second you wait is a second you'll never get back. Every day you procrastinate is a day you could have been improving. Every night you choose sleep over work is a night your competition is getting ahead. And make no mistake, you have competition. Even if you don't know their names, even if you never meet them, there are people out there right now who want what you want, and they're working for it. They're not waiting. They're not making excuses. They're not hoping for the best. They're creating the best through their actions. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to read this and feel inspired for 5 minutes and then go back to your old habits? Or are you going to use this as fuel? Are you going to let this be the moment that changes everything? Because it can be. This can be your turning point. This can be the day you decide that enough is enough. That you're tired of wishing and hoping and dreaming, that you're ready to work and build and create. Tonight, when 3 a.m. comes, I want you to remember something. Every champion you admire was once where you are now. They had doubts, they had fears, they had obstacles, but they made a decision. They decided that their dreams were worth more than their comfort. They decided that their potential was worth more than their sleep. They decided that the person they could become was worth the sacrifice of who they currently were. And now it's your turn, your moment, your choice. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success doesn't care about your background, your circumstances, or your excuses. It only responds to one thing: action. Consistent, dedicated, relentless action. The kind of action that happens at 3 a.m. when nobody's watching. The kind of action that compounds over time into extraordinary results. The kind of action that separates the dreamers from the doers. So I'll ask you one final time. When 3 a.m. comes, and the world is asleep, and nobody's watching, and nobody cares, and you're faced with the choice between comfort and greatness, what are you going to choose? Because that choice, that simple choice made over and over again, is what will define your life. It's what will determine whether you live with pride or regret, whether you become a story of triumph or a cautionary tale of wasted potential. The 3 a.m. rule is simple. Work when they sleep, build when they rest, learn when they're entertained, sacrifice when they're comfortable. And one day, you'll live how they can't. You'll have what they don't. You'll be who they wish they were. Not because you're lucky, not because you're special, but because you worked for it, because you earned it, because you refused to settle. Because when everyone else hit snooze, you got up and went to work. Your empire is waiting. Your greatness is calling. Your destiny is ready. The only question is, are you ready to answer? The clock is ticking. 3 a.m. is coming. What will you do when it arrives? The choice has always been yours. It will always be yours. Choose wisely. Choose courageously. Choose greatness. Because you only get one life, one shot, one chance to build something extraordinary. Don't waste it sleeping. Don't waste it dreaming. Wake up, get up, and go build the life you deserve. Starting tonight, starting at 3 a.m.